Ukraine versus Russia. Russia began a full-scale invasion of Ukraine on February 24, 2022. The conflict is about the future of Ukraine, but Ukraine is also a larger stage for Russia to try to reassert its influence in Europe and the world, and for Putin to cement his legacy. These are no small things for Putin, but he may decide that the only way to achieve them is to launch another excursions into Ukraine. An act that at its most aggressive could lead to tens of thousands of civilians' deaths and European refugees, and a response from Western allies that includes those sanctions affecting the global economy. The US and Russia have drawn firm red lines that helps explain what at stake. Russia presented the US with a list of demands, some of which non-starters for the United States and its allies in the North Atlantic Treaty Organization NATO. Putin demands that NATO stop its eastward expansion and deny membership of Ukraine, and the NATO roll back troop deployment in countries that had joined after 1997, which would turn back the clock decades on Europe's security and geopolitical alignment. Vladimir Putin's goals is very simple. He wants to be politically under his control, and he wants to Ukraine not to be able to make its own independent foreign policy decisions. That means not to be able to join alliance that he doesn't want it to, like NATO. This war could mean so much for so many people around the world. Obviously, Ukrainians are the immediate victims, but there are victims all over the world, and in the Middle East and North Africa in general. Across a number of global markets, prices of oil, gas, and food are surging, sparking concerns of mine and civil unrest. Russia and Ukraine account for 30% of global wheat exports. Countries like Egypt, Lebanon, Iran, and Libya. I feel sad for Ukraine because the strong country Russia is making Ukraine homeless for Ukraine's people. We need to help Ukraine to stop the war. Let's force Russia to stop destroying Ukraine.